painted a picture. Broke the rules in the summer rain. 20 years later, we'd have a big house in LA. Seems like our future is on the line from my mistake. I can't let this fade away. And now we find it hard to sleep. And though your body's next to me, I still got far to go. I'm hanging on to hope. Say those words you don't believe. You turn around and look at me. I still got far to go. You're hanging on to hope. So good that I don't deserve it. So close that it's almost perfect. To be lying in your arms, even though I broke your heart. So high for the chest to exist. I'm wrapped up in your forgiveness. And without you I am nothing. But I feel like somebody with you. Somebody with you. Somebody with you. And without you I am nothing.
Student ministry, what is going on? We are so excited that you're here for Wednesday night service. Let me hear ya.
That's
Thank
right.
you, thank
Welcome.
you.
Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys did not get pelted as bad as I did, at least.
I also
outside.
did. Josh, sleep with one eye open.
My back. Where's Jada? Jada. Yeah, my back is still wet. Oh yeah, Grayson. Where's Grayson at? Yeah, you know that snowball that hit you in the face? That was me. That was me.
Yikes.
You're welcome. Well, hey, we are glad that you guys are here. I'm Pastor Mark. This is Pastor Carter.
How's it going? And before we hop into an awesome message prepared none other than yours truly, Pastor Jordan Alpha, there's a lot going on today. Well, not there's a lot going on today, but there's a lot going on this week at the student ministry, and we are going to inform you of those things, and then we're going to play an awesome game. So, Mark, inform the people.
I will. That's right. First off, life groups kicked off this past week. That's right. Yeah, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, junior high. If you don't know, your life groups are Sunday mornings at 9:30 and 11:30 a.m. over in the student ministry building. Hang out with us. We play awesome games. We have an awesome time worshiping together and an awesome life group.
That's right. And if you are in this room and you are a freshman, sophomore, or junior, we have your life groups from 4 to 6 p.m. also on Sundays. Sundays are for life groups, y'all. And if you are a senior, we have your life group up here from 6 to 8 p.m. There's always some awesome food. Last week for the underclassmen, I guess, we had some Torchy's tacos and some queso.
right.
And
That
it
was
was fire. There's just nothing better. And guys, life groups are so important, and we really want you guys to be connected because that's ultimately what being a Christian is all about, is having community with other believers and also being able to grow in your faith. And it's so awesome. But also, Mark, we have another huge event coming up. So please tell us all about it.
That's right. March 12th through the 14th, in just 2 months, about Reality Weekend.
Woo!
That's right. Reality
Come
Weekend
on.
is the weekend of spring break. Just in case you don't know, we did change the dates, March 12th through the 14th. And what an awesome way to kick off your spring break. You know, hanging out with your friends, hanging out with us on the waterway, you know, at the Marriott, at the Westin, the Pavilion. We've got, that weekend is gonna be filled with tons of fun. We're gonna fill that whole that green park place, you know what I'm talking about, with a ton of stuff.
Town Green.
The Town Green, that's what it's called.
What'd you call it? The Green?
The green.
Town Green.
You know, Town Green, that place is going to be filled with a ton of stuff. We've got awesome, incredible worship planned. This worship team has planned some incredible stuff for Reality Weekend. I am excited for that. We've got awesome, incredible messages planned for the nights. And then, if you were here last Wednesday, you got to see a sneak peek from our special guest, Halvey, who's going to be with us Reality Weekend, performing with us, hanging out with us. It's going to be an awesome weekend.
Who enjoyed Holvy's performance last week?
I did. That was
Okay,
awesome.
only a few of y'all, I guess. Well, maybe he's going to blow your faces off with this next performance. Let's see if he can do it. I bet he can. And hey, if you're not signed up for Reality Weekend yet, you can still get signed up at thestudentministry.org. That's right, thestudentministry.org. Click all the stuff. You'll find it. It's very easy. Sign up. And if you want to go, but you're not really sure how you're going to be able to go, come talk to me. Come talk to Pastor Mark, Pastor Andrew, any one of your pastors, because guess what? We're going to figure out a way that you can go. And before we hop into this message, we are about to play an awesome game. Hey! Oh, wait. We are going to also play a game, but however, we also have one more thing, and I forgot.
Yeah, we almost missed this. We are exactly on the dot 1 week away from raffling away that new PS5 or that the free year supply of mani pedis, whichever one you want.
How could I forget?
If you put your name in both of those buckets, you might go home with both.
Wow.
Look at that.
I would actually be mad.
That would be incredible. But yeah, if you don't know, we are giving you guys tickets for various things. All right, right behind me is our ticket price counter, whatever you want to call it. You should have already gotten one ticket for being here tonight. Wow. Good job, everybody. You got one ticket for being here. You also get another ticket for reposting our posts on Instagram. If you don't follow us, it is at Woodlands_TSM. Give us a follow. You can still walk away tonight with an extra ticket. You get 3 tickets for being at your life groups. All right, life groups are a ton of fun, and it's also another way to get 3 more tickets. You get 5 tickets for bringing a new friend either here Wednesday night or to one of the life groups for your life group. And then, last but not least, you get 20 tickets for being signed up for Reality Weekend before next Wednesday, because obviously next Wednesday is when we're giving away the stuff. So if you're signed up from now till next Wednesday, you can still earn yourself 20 tickets for either the PS5 or the mani pedis.
Or both.
Or both.
If you want that.
Whichever way you want.
But yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want more times, because it's like simple math, y'all. I know you guys get it. I don't got to explain that. But we are about to hop into a game, was what I was saying earlier. So if we talk to you before service, and if your name is what Mark is going to say, then come up on the stage. You guys can either line up on this side of the LED wall.
That's right. Barrett Knowlton, Mariana Matos,
Lex.
Lexi Hendricks, Haley DeWoody, Blake. I didn't get your last name, Blake, but you know who you are.
Blake.
Ollie Johnson and Jada Shorter.
Wow.
Make your way up here.
Come on up.
Make your way up here. We are going to play a game that gives you the opportunity, all right, to win your life group. All right, we've got one 6th grader, a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and a 12th grader up here. If you win, you get to win your life group Sunday extra tickets for this raffle.
Excuse me.
All right, so it falls on your shoulder. So this is how it's going to work. Where do we have our bean? Oh, our bean bags are right here. So as you can see on the screen, you'll see what is up here on the floor. Contestants. All right.
Awesome. It's awesome.
This is pretty cool.
It's so cool.
This is really cool. Contestants, you will have just three chances to toss a beanbag up our giant skee ball, cornhole, whatever you want to call it, platform. All right? And so as you can see, I will let you know what the points are. If you landed in the white, it is 10 points. Green, 20 points. Blue, 30 points. Orange, 40 points.
Come on, Mark, it's colors.
Purple, 50 points. Gold, 100 points. All right? And so obviously the smaller it is, the harder it is.
Who wants to go first?
Seniors first.
Seniors first.
Seniors first.
Wow,
we will count.
Jada.
This is how we will count it. If it crosses the line on whatever color it is, we will count that as that score.
That's right. We're being very Ellen the Generous here. So let's go ahead. So obviously, you got to stand in
All
the
right,
circle.
Jada.
I think
stand
you
on
can go
the
one
ground.
foot behind if you want, but at least, whatever you're comfortable with. And, give it the best roll you got. Why not?
All right, Jada, let's see what you got. Oh, too far.
Too much strength. She's really thinking for this one.
Go for the 100. Oh, 20 points. Just barely on the 40. All right, what is Jada going to do? She's going to go for the 100? Is she going to go for the 30?
20,000.
Oh, 20
The high score
points.
is
20 for the
20 for the
seniors.
seniors.
For the seniors, that is our high score. That is our high score right
Juniors,
now.
come on down.
Ollie.
All right, Ollie.
There you go.
There you go.
This is
You
so
just got to
cool.
beat 20. You just got to beat 20, Ollie. Oh!
Is that in the middle?
Nothing. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Not touching?
No,
Nope.
it's not.
Nope.
It's not.
Nothing.
That's tough.
That's
That
a
is tough.
0.
I'll be honest.
That is a 0. Whoa! Oh, you are
Dude,
on
just
the.
get one of those,
You
you're
aren't
in the
touching
lead.
the 30. That's a 20 right there. You are tied right now. Ollie,
Gosh,
you
he's
are
nervous.
tied.
I can see it. He's shaking. He's shaking.
Oh, that's 40 points.
Wow.
For 60.
60
for the juniors. Wow, juniors,
That's
you guys
a new
are winning
high
right now.
score. Congratulations.
All right, Let's
Let's
bring
go.
up Blake. It is your turn.
Blake.
All right, Blake.
We still don't know your last name. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's Brennan, people.
I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Of course.
All right, Blake, you
come
got to
on
beat
down.
or tie 60 points.
Come on.
He's very
Do
confident.
you want to go for the 100? No. 10
10
points.
That's okay.
That's
You
10.
can
Hey.
still easily get 60. Easy.
The 100 is right here. Oh,
yeah.
40 points
40.
right now. You need 20 more to tie.
Hit that
Just do that again. You're in the lead.
Hit that 30 again.
Do that again. You're in the
You have a
lead.
total of 40 points right now.
In the lead. Sophomores in the lead. It just gets exponentially
With
better
70
every single
points.
time.
70 points.
70
All right.
points. Freshman.
Freshman.
Haley, do what you do best, which I know you're a pro cornhole player, so I'm very excited about this.
Haley, the 100 is right here.
And look, it's
The
also
100
right
is
here.
right here.
Look
No.
Look how
It is
gold
now or
it is.
nothing.
Haley, just go with your heart. That's what I do.
20
Okay,
points.
I like that.
Nice, nice. You need a 50 to tie. Oh!
Wow.
Nothing.
Might as well just go for 100.
Might
at
as
this
well
point.
go for
I'll
the
say it.
100.
Might as well.
Come on!
Yeah!
Wow! That is on
120.
100. Wow!
Oh my goodness.
120
Freshman,
points.
Let's go.
Wow. Wow. All right, Lexi.
That looks
It is
right,
your
right?
turn. You're a score to beat.
Yeah.
120 points. Wow.
Yeah, good
Haley
luck.
with the last
All
bean
right.
pack. Wow.
I'm showing freshman bias because I lead the freshman life group. There, you caught me. Fine.
All right, Lexi. Will you win it for the 8th graders?
She had Tommy John. Just
You
saying.
gotta-
just
you gotta
preface
go for
that.
the 100.
She has Tommy
Might as
John.
well go for the
Preface.
100. Might as well. The score is at 120 right
there.
now.
Yeah, you kind of have to go for it.
It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Up to you.
Little
10
harder. That's 10
points.
points. That's 10
She's just
points.
warming up. She's just warming up.
She's
Yeah,
about to
10
get
points.
110 right here.
Ooh, another 10
right.
points. You're at
You
20.
need 100.
You
have
gotta
to
go for the
tie.
You have to
100.
go for the
You
100.
gotta go for the 100.
Come on.
Tough.
Oh, man. Good try. Good try, Lexi. All right.
7th grade.
Mariana, your turn.
Good luck. Guys, this looks so cool. I can't.
7th graders, y'all think you can win this?
Here we go.
7th graders.
Mariana's
behind
up for
her.
it. 20 points.
All right, that's 20. You gotta go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She already went.
Okay,
10
you gotta
points.
go for the 100.
All right,
In the
Mariana.
circle.
You
In
gotta
You
go
can
for the
win.
100.
Hey, hey, hey.
Mariana,
You see that?
if you
Stand
get it
here.
on the 100, if you get it on the oh, she already threw. Okay. Good
So
try,
much
Mariana.
determination.
All right, I believe Haley is still in the lead.
Ah,
All right, Barrett.
sorry.
If you win this, Barrett, if you win this,
Yeah.
all the 6th graders Sunday morning. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You're funny. If you win this, Barrett, all the 6th graders Sunday morning will win extra tickets for next week. It is all on you.
It's
Your
all on
score
you.
to beat is
all on you, but no
120. So you at least got to go for the 100 once. 20 points.
All on you, but no pressure.
You can tie. You can tie right here.
A little softer. This is for the tie, and then we go to a one-on-one battle.
Oh my! Oh man! Good
Which
try,
means
Barrett.
Haley in
the freshmen are the winners.
Wow, the freshmen
Yes!
got extra tickets.
Guys, freshmen, hear me out.
Sunday.
8 tickets
Wow.
on Sunday. You better be there or be square. We are about to hop into awesome time of worship, so everyone stand on up and let's do it. Woo!
Come on, sing this out. There's a treasure inside my heart, and it's spreading in every part. You got me singing how you love me, how you love me, how you love me. So when my heart breaks down, I keep looking up. When the cross falls, I'm gonna pick it up. For the rest of my life, I'll be giving you everything. Come on, sing it out. If the world is. If the world ends, it's not the end of your plan. I can face this. Your love is guiding my hand. Jesus, my Savior, I'm ready to meet my Maker. Oh yes, here we go. I'm ready to meet my Maker. Here we go, there's a treasure. There's a treasure inside my heart. Every day is a brand new start. You got me singing how you love me, how you love me, how you love me. So when the world calls, I'm not picking up. If the soul's yours, how could I give it up? For the rest of my life, I'll be giving you everything. Sing it out. If the world ends, it's not the end of your plan. I can face this. Your love is guiding my hand. Jesus, my Savior, I'm ready to meet my Maker. Are you ready? I'm ready. 1, 2, 3. Come on, we sing it out together. You love me where I am, and I'm holding on to what you give me. With everything I am, I'll sing out. Come on, yeah. You love me where I am, and I'm holding on to what you give me. With everything I am, I'll sing out how you love me. Come on, get your hands up. If the world ends, it's not the end of your plan. I can face this. Your love is guiding. Jesus, my Savior, I'm ready to meet my Maker. I'm ready. One last time. Love me where I am, and I'm holding on to what you give me. With everything I am, I'll sing out how you love me. Come on, come on. This is my heart, my heart, my heart. It's broken again. These are my hands, my hands, my hands. I'll raise them till the end. This is my heart, my heart, my heart. It's broken again. But these are my hands, my hands, my hands. I'll raise them till the end. Something in the clouds, I can feel it forming. And there's water in the ground, I can hear it rising. Come on, but when I don't see it, I will be singing. When I don't hear you, I know that I'm near you. This is my love, this is my life. And I lay it at your feet. When all of my questions haven't been answered, lights go off, I will be dancing. This is my heart, this is my song. And I lay it all at your feet now. Come on, sing, this is my heart. This is my heart, my heart, my heart. It's coming back from the dead. These are my hands, my hands, my hands. I raise them to the end. The walls are coming down, I can feel them breaking. Yeah, I can feel it, Lord. But even if they weren't, I would not stop praising. Come on, but even when I don't see it, I will be singing. When I don't hear you, I know that I'm near you. This is my love, this is my life. And I lay it at your feet. When all of my questions haven't been answered, lights go off, I will be dancing. This is my heart, this is my song. And I lay it all at your feet now. Come on, let's sing this out. You're more than a, you're more than a feeling. Hey. You're more than a, you're more than a, you're more than a feeling. Let's go. You're more than a, you're more than a, you're more than a feeling. Get those hands up, come on. You're more than a, God, you're more than a, you're more than a. Let's clap our hands, come on. You're more than a, God, you're more than a, you're more than a feeling. That's right. You're more than a, you're more than a, you're more than a. Hey, come on. This is my heart, my heart, my heart. It's coming back from the dead. But these are my hands, my hands, my hands. I will raise them. Come on, lift them up. When I don't see it, I will be singing. When I don't hear you, I know that I'm. Cause this is my love, this is my life. And I lay it all at your feet. When all of my questions haven't been answered, lights go off, I will be dancing. This is my heart, this is my song. I'm laying it down, come on. When I don't see it, I will be singing. When I don't hear you, I know that I'm. Oh, this is my love, this is my life. And I lay it all at your feet. When all of my questions haven't been answered, lights go off, dancing. This is my heart, this is my soul. And I lay it all at your feet. Oh, you're more than a, you're more than a, more than a feeling. You're more than a, you're more than a, you're more than a. Oh, you're more than a, you're more than a, you're more than a feeling. Yeah. You're more than a, you're more than a, you're more than a feeling. Come on, let's lift a shout of praise. God, we thank you that you are more than a feeling. It's not about how we feel, God. It's not just about emotions. It's about truth. It's about who you are. Peace like a river, wash over me. Come on, we sing this out. Immerse me in water as deep as the sea. Lord, you hide me in love, healing embrace. Peace like a river, just wash over me. Just sing as I worship. As I worship your majesty. I worship your holy name. Jesus, my everything. All that I am is yours, Lord, yes. Come on, God, all we are is yours. So come, Holy Spirit, rain down on me. Break open the heavens and drench the unseen. Oh, Lord, as you pour out your presence, as we pour out your grace. Come, Holy Spirit, Lord, have your way. Come on, as I worship your majesty. Yes, I worship your holy name. Jesus, my everything. Come on, lift him up. It's time that we surrender. Come on. As I worship you, Lord, I worship your holy. He's the only one worthy. You're my everything, God. Yeah. And all that I am is yours. Oh Lord, God, all we are is yours. Open the heavens, fling wide the gates, flood every heart with mercy. Pour out your presence and have it our praise as we cry, holy, holy. Open the heavens, fling wide the gates, flood every heart with mercy. Pour out your presence and have it our praise as we cry, holy. Come on, sing it again. Open the heavens, fling wide the gates. Come on, those you really want the Lord to open up the heavens right now, to pour out His blessings on our lives. If you really want that, just sing it out with everything that you have. You're holy, holy Lord. We cry holy, Lord. You see, right now we're in a time in our lives, we're in a time in this country, in our community, where people are more divided than ever. And a lot of us are turning to individuals, we're turning to people, we're turning to this person, we're turning to that person, looking for the answers, looking for some sort of hope, some sort of unity. And the thing is, no human is perfect and no human can give us the fulfillment that we're longing for in our heart of hearts. What we need isn't a person, we don't need another leader. We need the Lord to come into our lives, to come into this place and ask that He would bless us, that He would bless our community. We don't need another influencer. We don't need another model, another this or that. We just need Jesus to come in right now. Amen? Because with Jesus, that's what makes everything okay. That's what makes everything worthwhile. So Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. A move of your spirit. Heaven break out. Come now in power to cover like you've done it before. Would you do it? Come on, sing it again. Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. A move of your spirit. Come on, that's what we need. So come now in power. Cover this land like you've done it before. Would you do it again? Lord, send, come on. Lord, send it now. A move of your, come on, God, we're asking you to show up in this room, to show up in our lives, to show up in our schools. God, we need your presence. We need a fresh move of your spirit this year, God. In 2021, you want to do something better than you did in 2020, and the year before that, and the year before that, because God, you are a God that keeps moving forward, and you want to take us with you into something even better than we can imagine for ourselves. So we sing to cover this land like you've done it before. Do it again, and heaven break out. Come on, let heaven break out. Let that be the cry of our heart. Heaven break out. Oh, heaven break out. Come on, Lord, sing it out. Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. A move of your spirit. Heaven break out. So come now, power. Cover this land like you've done it before. Would you do it again? Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. A move of your spirit. Oh, heaven break out. Come now in power. Come on. Come on, lift your voice. Would you do? Come on, one more time. And Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. Heaven break. Come now in power. Cover this land. Done it before. Do it. Lord, send revival. Lord, send revival. Oh, Lord, send revival. Oh, Lord, send revival. God, we thank you for who you are. God, we thank you for this room where we get to come in to be together, God, and celebrate you, God. And celebrate what it means to have a Father who loves us. To celebrate what it means to be a family. God, as we stop looking towards ourselves and we start looking towards your heart and towards what your vision is for our life, God, we can learn to celebrate with you. God, we give you this message. We give you this worship, God. It's not just for hype. It's not just so we can sing along and sound good, God, but it's so that we can glorify and honor your name in all that we do. God, we love you. God, we thank you. We pray all these things in Jesus' name, amen. Give it up for this worship team, y'all. Woo! Wow, 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 wow. Well, go ahead and be seated. Here's my question for you guys today. It's a real thinker, all right? What was your first word? Yep. Think on that real good. For a lot of you guys, it was probably mama or dad, right? Or mimi or poo-poo or pee-pee or whatever the heck you call your grandparents, right? It was one of those, hey, would you be shocked if somebody's grandpa was poo-poo? I wouldn't be these days. It's crazy. But we start off and we have our first words, and those eventually develop and turn into, as we are babies, our favorite words. Is anybody in here an older sibling, right? Is anybody in here an older cousin, right? You know that little kids use and abuse the same words because they know like two, right? They use the same words over and over and over and over again. For my sons, Lincoln and Rowan, Lincoln right now is going through a, oh no. It's like, what's going on? And he'll just be like looking at the TV. Oh no, Day, oh no. Just like, so nothing's wrong. Oh no. Pastor Andrew brought his daughter Presley to work one day, and it's so funny. They're so cute, and they just make no sense, okay? So Andrew is holding Presley in his arms, and I go up to Presley, hey, Press, can I hold you? And she goes, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can Uncle Carter hold you? No. Can Daddy hold you? No. So you want Daddy to put you down? No. She's like, you don't make sense. You're a walking contradiction. You can barely walk. All right, I'm sorry. It's your daughter.
She's a lady, too.
She's a lady. I apologize. But maybe it's no. Maybe it's why. Oh, woof. Does anybody know a little kid who just says, why? Why? Come here. Why? Because I said so. Why? Because I'm your dad. Why? We're not getting into that. I'll tell you when you're older. You're too young for that. Whoa. But it's just like, you're just saying things, right? But eventually, little kids get to this word that all little kids get into. If you put 2 3-year-olds in a room and you set one teddy bear in between them, what's the word they both use? Yeah, they turn into the little gross birds from Finding Nemo. Mine. Right? They will literally just go to war over that teddy bear because it's mine. It's not his, it's not hers, it's mine, right? And they use that word, they abuse that word, mine. I remember eating like a sandwich, and my niece, Joanna, I'll be eating my sandwich. It's my sandwich, right? And she goes, mine? No, this is my sandwich, mine. No, mine. And then just getting it like in a battle with this like 4-year-old. No, mine, no, right? And just, it's so dumb, but it's that sense of we use these favorite words. And it's so funny because we're little kids when we use these words, but it's so funny how that transitions and just showcases when we want something, we want it our way. We want it my way. We want it now when I want it, right? A couple Saturdays ago, along with my friend Cody, who's in my life group, we built in our backyard a little play fort, like one of those little wooden forts for my boys. And they were napping as we finished, and so I didn't get to see their amazing, perfect reactions as I finished. And so I told my wife, Megan, I said, Meg, send me a video of the boys after they wake up from their naps, because I had to come in for service. And so here's the first one she sent me. And it is just so great to see the precious looks on their faces. Go ahead. Yeah. Yep. Just enjoying that together. Yep. You can hear Megan if the audio is working. She says, stop pushing him. And he's just, right? Okay. So that's the first video. Yay! Here's the second video. And I'm a little more alarmed at this one. Let's go ahead and show this one. Yes. Once again, we're playing. Lincoln goes, no. And then something.
Play it again. Run that back.
Can we run that back one more time? I'm confused. What just happened? I agree. That's a 2.5-year-old, and out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh. Shield your eyes.
That was not a knife, okay? But here's the thing you must understand and must realize. That is not learned behavior, okay? He didn't learn that from watching his mother and I just like fight over the remote and just like, no. That just came naturally for him, okay? I have something, and my brother, whom is one of like 4 people I know in this world, I will take you down, because he wanted his fort. He didn't like that his brother was sharing this fort with him. It was mine. And they're babies, and we laugh at it, but the older we get, it's funny how this adapts and this changes. We're good at getting what we want, at fighting for what we want, at our wants and our needs. Here's what I want you to do right now. Throw your hand up in the air, okay? Everybody, come on. This isn't optional. You may put your hand down if you have ever in your life not done this, okay? Who among you has ever asked for something from one parent, and when that parent says no, you go to the other parent and ask? Maybe 2 hands went down? Okay, put your hands down. Shame on you! I've done it too, don't worry about it. But look at, we get good. You can put your hands down. We get good at manipulating. We get good at trying to figure out how to get our way. We get real good at it. We get tricky, and what's so funny is even though that is definitely a thing you think of like little kids doing, no, There are grown men and grown women doing the same thing at work. They don't get permission over here, so they go to this boss over here. Some of you guys do that with coaches. Some of you have done it with whatever and all of these things, but we get real good at finding out how to get our way. And today is really interesting because I don't think that this is just something that we learn and see other people doing. I think that this is natural, much like Lincoln and whatever object that was that he was about to go after his brother with. It's this sense of deep within ourselves, we are searching and we are wanting to get what we want. And we will keep searching and we will keep going to the ends of the earth to figure out what that is. It is the human condition for us to try to fill this void in our life with something that sticks, with something that satisfies. And it's the hardest thing in the world because the more and more we seek and the more we search, the more and more we find that there's a lot of things that only give us a temporary satisfaction, right? Think about the biggest meal you've ever eaten in your life, right? Fast forward 5 hours, 4 hours. It's literally Thanksgiving every year, right? You just leave and you're like, good night, I can't move. And you unbutton your pants and you're just like, ugh. And then like somehow there's like, well, there's pie? There's pie, guys. And you just like find it, right? Or maybe it's, I don't know, shoes, clothes, something that you must have. You have to have it. The newest sneakers, the newest, whatever. And you go after that. And fast forward a semester and that's old news. Somebody else has gotten the latest drop. Somebody else has gotten the newest, cleanest pair of whatever. And you're like, I gotta have that. Forget you, you're the worst. I want that, right? These things, they do not satisfy. And so today we're gonna look at the lives, kind of the stories of 3 guys. 2 of which are recent, 1 of which super not recent in the Bible, okay? The first one is a guy named Deion Sanders. Do you guys know who Deion Sanders is? Anybody? He's a football player. He's one of the GOATs, all right? One of the greatest of all times. This guy was so athletic that not only was he like the best football player on the planet, but he also played in the MLB. He also played Major League Baseball. So you're like, you have to be one of the greatest athletes on the planet to play professional football. You have to be one of the greatest athletes on the planet to play professional baseball. This guy did it both at the same time. Insane. And so what's crazy, though, is after he reaches his lifelong goal, he wins a Super Bowl, okay? This is the greatest accomplishment you can have in the world of football, especially, right? It's not all that it was cracked up to be, and he actually slumps down into a super depression. And this is a crazy, crazy quote from him talking about what it looked like for him to hit rock bottom. He says this, rock bottom for me was having hundreds of suits and not covering the pain. Rock bottom for me was having hundreds of pairs of shoes, but I couldn't take one step in the right direction. He said, rock bottom for me was having 10 cars, but not going anywhere. Rock bottom for me was having a huge house, but never feeling at home. Rock bottom was laying between 2 and sometimes 3 women at a time, but never getting up satisfied. Laying right beside the person who said they loved me, but they didn't know that I was in unbearable pain. That was rock bottom for me. And he got to this place where he was so lonely and he was so broken and he was so in need of filling some void in his life that it led him to an attempt on his own life. And I praise God that he was unsuccessful in that attempt. And I praise God that he found Jesus and his whole perspective shifted and changed. And the guy who had everything according to the world's standards found something new and found something that stuck and found something life-giving. Another example you can see is more recent, and that is from a guy named Justin Bieber. Who knows the Biebs? Like personally, you guys, Okay. Anyways, Justin Bieber, we love Justin Bieber. We're big fans of Justin Bieber, but Justin Bieber has recently come into his faith, and it's super cool as he's encountered the Lord. But he has not shied away from talking about the struggles in his life of what he has gone through, of being this child superstar, and literally when he was like I don't know, 12 was like the most famous dude on the planet with the haircut and the swoosh and whatever, right? And he just had all this, and then he talks about what that looks like. This year, he put out a song called Lonely, okay? Maybe some of you have heard that song. I'm going to read the lyrics. Don't freak out. I got the clean version because it gets a little spicy. Some of you are like, you're reading that right now? Oh, okay. Let's not. No, it's the clean version. Calm down. But this is what he says in it. It says, everybody knows my name now, but something about it still feels strange. Like looking in a mirror, trying to steady yourself and seeing somebody else. And everything is not the same now. It feels like our lives have been changed. Maybe when I'm older, it'll all calm down. But it's killing me now. This is the part I want you to listen to. What if you had it all, but nobody to call? Because maybe then you'd know me. Because I've had everything, but no one's listening. And that's just lonely. That's so lonely, right? Maybe you'd know me if you had everything, but you didn't have one person to call about it. Maybe you'd know me if you tried to fill that void with whatever it was in whatever degree. Think about money. Think about fame. Whatever. He's had that. He's done that. He's been there. It's crazy. And yet, in having it all, he was left so wanting. There's 3 points that we're going to talk about today. But I want you to think about it as a timeline. For a lot of you guys, you've accepted Christ into your life. You have made this declaration and made this decision in your life that, you know what, I can't do this on my own. Jesus, help me. But for a lot of you, you're still searching. You're still trying to fill that void. Point number 1 tonight is this. We'll go ahead and throw it up on the screens. How was your life? Or if you're still searching, how is your life? How is that going for you? Are you like Dion? Are you like Justin? And you seem to be doing everything right. You look at the book and what it takes to be successful, and these guys are A-listers. They've done it all, and they've done it so well. In fact, better than so many people, and yet the void is real. They can't figure it out. Maybe you're like that. How is it going for you? Can you be real with yourself and say, you know what? I have been chasing something. You know what? I found it. Maybe. But just like that song says, but what if you had it all? Think about your lifelong goal, your lifelong dream. If you reach that, if you achieve that, do you honestly believe then you'll be like, I've made it, we're done. This is amazing. Game over. Whatever I do from now on, it doesn't matter. Because I don't think you really think that. Maybe you do, and that's your opinion. That's fantastic. But what I've seen in my own life, what I've heard from the testimonies, countless testimonies of people who have had everything, is that it's never, ever, ever enough. We stuff our faces full of food. It's never enough. We wrap our bodies and our feet full of clothes and shoes, and it's never enough. We change ourselves and we adapt our personalities to fit in, and it's not enough. So then we stand out, and it's not enough. What is going on? It's this identity crisis of trying to be enough, and there's nothing we can find that fills that void. How is it going? Take an honest look. How is it going? The third guy we're going to take a look at is someone who is an incredible story of someone in the Bible who had a great life, a great calling, a great mission, a great purpose. And then he encountered Jesus and it all got turned upside down. Yeah, I just quoted the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, okay? Deal with it, right? But his name is Saul. You know Saul? I refer to him as Saul the Christian Slayer, okay? Saul, we see in the book of Acts, is this guy who has been transformed and changed into a missionary for God. This guy is sold out for the Lord. He loves God, and he's willing to go anywhere and everywhere for him. But before that, he was against the church. He was, in fact, a Pharisee, someone who was a religious he was the best of the best in terms of following and keeping to the law, Jewish law. And he was, in fact, the guy who was known for his opposition against the church. Well, we see on the road to Damascus in Acts 26, he's presenting his case. He's sharing his life. He's giving his testimony to King Agrippa, who is the leader of Caesarea, which was the Roman occupation in Israel, right? He is presenting his case and sharing his story with him. And here is what he says in Acts 26, verses 4 through 5. It says this: "As the Jewish leaders are well aware, I was given a thorough Jewish training from my earliest childhood among my people and in Jerusalem. If they would admit it, they know that I have been a member of the Pharisees, the strictest sect of our religion." I was at the top of the game. These guys have put him on trial based on what he's doing. These Jewish leaders who he is now opposed to, he's like, look, they won't admit it, but I was right where they were. In fact, I was a Pharisee. I was higher than these fools, right? Going against the church. I had all that. I had a purpose, I had a mission, and then he encounters Jesus, and his life is never, ever, ever the same. We see later in that same chapter, Acts 26, this is verses 12 through 15. "One day I was on such a mission to Damascus, a mission to go and take down some church members, a mission to go and squelch the early church from growing," right? He's on one of those missions, armed with the authority and the commission of the leading priests. "About noon, Your Majesty, I was on the road, and a light from heaven, brighter than the sun, shone down on me and my companions. We all fell down, and I heard a voice saying to me in Aramaic, 'Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? It is useless for you to fight against my will.' 'Who are you, Lord?' I asked. And the Lord replied, 'I am Jesus, the one you are persecuting.'" Later on it says, "And so, King Agrippa, I obeyed that vision from heaven." God encountered him. Jesus said, "Hey, you've been doing these things. Your passion is for religion. Well, guess what? We're going to use that passion that you have. We're going to flip it. We're going to change it. You work for me now." Why? Because I bring hope. I bring life. The law that you gave your life to, I came and fulfilled that law. So join me, come together with me, and let's actually give you a real purpose. Point number 2 is this: just like Saul, Jesus changes everything. In your life, where were you? When you encountered Jesus, something changed, something snapped, something was different in you. Not necessarily night and day. You didn't wake up the next day and see a halo above your head and you're like, whoa, this is incredible, right? It's not like that, no. But encountering Jesus, meeting Jesus, knowing Jesus has to change your perspective. It did for Saul. In fact, it was so drastic a change in his life that he then changed his name from Saul to Paul. That is the story of the Apostle Paul, who we quote and we talk about all the time as a guy who loved Jesus so much. But when he had it all, he was literally combating and going against the church. And then he encountered Jesus and it changed. Deion Sanders had everything in his life as an athlete, and then he encountered Jesus and he changed. Guess what? He's still a part of sports. He's a head football coach. He's an analyst and he talks about football. That's what he does. It's not like he's now living off of a farm somewhere and as an Amish man. No. His passions, God used them, but he shifted them. He changed his perspective, not his passions. Justin Bieber is still making music. That is incredible. But his perspective has changed and has shifted. When you encountered Jesus, has your perspective changed and shifted? The Bible calls this repentance, a changing of the heart, a turning around of your motives. I'm going to say this in a potentially confusing way. Huh? No. Huh? No. No. 1 second. Okay, here it is. I found it. Although we may pursue the same things, we'll call this your what. What it is that you pursue. For example, maybe it's volleyball, maybe it's swimming, maybe it's cheerleading, maybe it's basketball, maybe it's science. I don't know, and you're smarter than me. You're pursuing science, yeah, right? Your what, after you have encountered Jesus, it does not have to change. Your what does not have to change. However, by encountering Jesus, your how and how you go about pursuing that thing, it will change. How you go about pursuing gymnastics, how you go about pursuing singing, how you go about pursuing volleyball, basketball, football, how you go about pursuing that will change once you've encountered Jesus. Because the why, the motivation by which you live your life, by which you feed your soul, when you truly encounter Jesus, it changes you. You will understand in that sense that living for myself and pursuing my dream for the sake of my dream, pursuing glory for the sake of my glory, that will never, ever, ever be enough. So that means I must quit this thing altogether? No. God loves that you're passionate about that thing. He used Paul, a guy who knew religious law and who knew so much about what the Old Testament said and about the people of Israel. He used that man and that man's passions to go and preach the gospel to the Gentiles. In other words, everybody who was not a person of Israel. The people that the people of Israel had been putting down forever because they didn't follow the law. He took a guy who was making people follow the law and transformed him into a missionary and opened up the gospel. He freed up the gospel for everyone who wasn't of Jewish descendants, which is for like 99.7% of us. We can know Jesus. The message is alive today because Paul pursued his passions, but he brought God with him. This is my challenge for you. Because point number 3, where do we go from here? Jesus changes everything, but where do we go from here? Well, it's a question for you. How will your life be now? Because again, it ain't about dropping what you had. It's about inserting God into the picture. We're talking about celebrating in this series. Well, maybe you've been celebrating the wrong things. We see a life where we celebrate ourselves will never fulfill us. But what about a life where we celebrate God through ourselves and what we're capable of doing? The opportunities that we have. Know this, as a student, the influence that you have in your friend's life, I got nothing compared to that. I got nothing. As a pastor, I can come up and I can preach the word and I can be up here and I can lead worship and I can do all these things and we can play fun games out on the plaza. But compared to the influence that you have in your friend's life, I got nothing. God wants to use you, the things you're passionate about, the things you're good at. He wants to use you to influence your friends, not so that they think you're cool. Not so that you can be an influencer and you can shift the way that, culture moves. No, so that you can influence them towards something that fuels their soul, towards something that gives them satisfaction and purpose. The influence that you have is purposeful. Are you willing to grasp it? Where are you going from here? Just bring God with you. The practical measures of asking God, what do you want me to do? I thought this was so cool, but I had a student come up to me this week, and he asked, I'm terrified of having a false humility. He came and he sat in the message this week and heard Pastor Carey, and he said, what is that? I don't want that. What does that mean? Well, humility is the opposite of pride. And so here's one thing I think we struggle with as a student ministry and as Christians in the church in general. A false humility, in my perspective, is writing your story out, not just what has happened, but where you're going, and handing it to God and say, I think that you'll find that it checks all of the boxes. Lord, thank you very much. Telling God what you're willing to do, that is a false humility. If you want to go from here and live a life that is truly fulfilling, a humble life where you can honor God in anything and in everything, instead of telling God what you'll do and where you'll go, ask him, what will you have me do? Where will you go? And know that God is saying, wherever I'm sending you, I'm coming with you. Student ministry, I love you so much. And I'm so proud of what we are right now. This is so unique and this is so cool for the time in which we live to have a full room of people worshiping and praising God. But hear me out, as we're about to enter into an awesome time of worship, we are not going to do this to chase the feeling of worship, to chase the hype of worship. If that's what we're doing, then we might as well shut this thing down, because we will never be filled by that. But if we can find a way to bring God with us into this spirit of worship and stop caring about the person on our right and stop caring about the person on our left and just meet God where he's at. We are so good in this natural, selfish perspective that we bring on the daily. We are so good at begging God to come to us. When I believe all God wants us to do is he's saying, come where I am. Go where I am. It's not all about you. Come where I am and you will see what it is that I have in store for you. You will see what I have in store for your friends, for your family, for your community, for your school, for your state, for your country, for your world. Come where I am. Be where I am and see things the way you were created to see things. Stop trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. To go back to the very beginning. We act like babies so often. We have no idea what we're doing. We think we know what we want. God created you with a purpose. God created an amazing plan for you. But the coolest part is that he loves us enough to let us choose for ourselves. That is so unique. That is so unique and that is so loving. That God has said, look, I have drawn it out, and if you trust me, I'll walk with you and I'll take you there. I want to. I'm begging you, come this way. But I'm not forcing you. My heart for you and what I'm dreaming will happen in the student ministry is that we take our passions, the passions that you have, the passions that I have, the things that we're gifted with, the things that we love to do, and we incorporate God into those things. That's not rocket science. I'm not asking you guys to tomorrow memorize the Bible and go preach it at your school. No. I'm asking you to give that thing, whatever it is, your what, give it over to God and say, God, I'm bringing you into that tomorrow. Let's see what happens. I think that you will find fulfillment. I think you will find satisfaction in that thing. And what I'm telling you is that is what God wants to celebrate. How uniquely he has made you. The giftings he has given you. He wants to party with you the exact way you have been made. But we are so often pushing him away to party for ourselves when God says, no. You are created to party with me. Bring me along. Let's go do this. Let's make this incredible. Come on. We're all capable of that. So we're going to enter into a time of worship. And my challenge for you is to push away the hype train. I love having a blast in worship with you guys. But if it's just about hype, again, come on. That is not why we do this. Engage in worship. Jump and clap and dance. But don't do it for your friends. Do it for God. Smile. Have a blast. Encourage your friends to do the same thing. Not so that you look cool. Not so that you look spiritual. So that you can join in fellowship with God and with each other. I'm going to pray and we're going to worship. Let's pray. Heavenly Father God, Lord, we love you. God, we thank you that you truly have changed everything. God, that our lives aren't about following rules, that our lives are not about being the good kid or doing whatever is right and what is good. God, that we are created to just simply follow you. God, I ask for faith for each and every single young man and young woman in this room, God, that they can have the faith to give over their passions to you, God. And then I ask that you can make it clear for us that when we do celebrate with you, God, that we invite you in and we go to where you are, God, and we celebrate with you, that you give us the clarity to know that that is where fulfillment is found. Fill us with satisfaction, God. Fill us with peace. We love you, God. We thank you. We give this time to you. We pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
There's a simplicity, humility to the way you love me, and honesty, purity. God, you make it easy. No special words or formulas could ever win you over, for your love is undeserved. When I can't see clearly, somehow you still make it easy. Your love's uncomplicated. You love me just the way I am. So I'll stand before you. I'm totally surrendered with open hands and open hearts. Jesus, have your way in me. Jesus, have your way in my brokenness, my loneliness, and the secrets you see. Deepest thoughts, my hidden wars. God, you see right through me. Even when I'm overthinking, somehow you still love me simply. Your love's uncomplicated. You love me just the way I am. So I'll stand before you. I'm totally surrendered with open hands and open heart. Jesus, have your way in me. Jesus, have your way in me. Sing this out, I could sing over. I could sing over and over. I love you, it never grows old. How could I tell you enough that I love you, Lord? Come on, we sing it out. I can sing over and over. I love you, it never grows old. How can I tell you enough that I love you?
love that message so much that Jordan was speaking, because I think it's so cool to see people in this world who really have had everything, right? All the temptation, everything, all the vices, you know, whatever it is, that they've had it all, and their final conclusion is that it doesn't bring them fulfillment. It's actually left them more broken and more empty than they ever were before, that those things are never gonna fill your life. But the one thing that they realize is that Jesus is the one thing that's gonna fill, that's gonna fulfill, that's gonna bring peace, that's gonna bring joy. And I know in our world, it can feel like, man, I gotta strive to be the best, right? I gotta strive to be the best looking. I gotta strive to get the best grades. I gotta strive to make it on my sports team. I gotta get into this college. I gotta have this job. I gotta do this so that I'll be successful. And we live our lives in this place of desperation, never feeling like we're good enough, never feeling like we're gonna earn that thing or whatever it is, never feeling like you look good enough or you're pretty enough, girls, or that guys, that you're strong enough or good looking enough, whatever it is. And we search for those things in the things of this world, and the fact of the matter is, it will not ever satisfy. It never has, and it never will. So I want us to sing these lyrics out. We're gonna sing, all I need is you. All I need is you, God. Through my stress, through my anxiety, through my depression, through my hurts, through my fears, through my failures, all I need is you. I don't need anything that this world can offer me. It's never gonna fill me. All I need is you, God. And when you sing that out, when you declare that, man, God comes in and he fills you with peace that passes all understanding. 'Cause all I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All I need is you. Come on, we just sing that out, we lift it up. All I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. All I need is you. It's all I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. It's all I need is you. You are all. It's all I need is you, Lord, is you, Lord. And all I need is you. Come on, we sing it. could I tell you enough that I love you, Lord? One more time, sing that out, I can sing. I could sing over and over, I love you, it never grows old. And how could I tell you enough that I love you, Lord? Come on, praise God. All right, come on, let's jump around. Let's have some fun. Y'all ready?
Come on, hands up. Your favor waits within the future. My dreams are small compared to yours. Why should I worry about tomorrow when I know that all I gotta do is trust you, Lord? Every little thing's gonna be alright. Every little thing's gonna be just fine. Whether I can see it now, I know you will work it out for good. Every little thing, everything will be alright. Behind the scenes and in the details, you planned the perfect way for me. Why would I dwell upon the roads of certainties when all I gotta do is look to you? Yeah, all I gotta do is look to you. Sing it. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Every little thing's gonna be just fine. Whether I can see it now, I know you will work it out for good. Every little thing, everything will be alright. Every little thing, everything will be alright. Every little thing, come on. Whether I can see it now, I know you will work it out for good. Every little thing, everything will be alright. Every little thing, everything will be Every little thing, everything will be alright.
We love you guys. See y'all next week. Hey, life groups this next Sunday. Don't forget. Come, bring your friends. And freshmen, you get 8 extra tickets into the raffle, the PS5, the Mani Petty. Love y'all. See ya. Goodbye.